What's up, guys? My name is Primroze.
I'm Nick Mizesko.
And welcome to Beyond the Sticks podcast.
This is our podcast. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this intro good?
You might be. You're doing great. You're doing a good job, Nick. You're doing a great job. Great job.
I haven't dabbed yet, so that's a good sign. That's a good start for the podcast.
Great start. There's gonna be a lot of.
That's why you should listen on iTunes and Spotify, because you don't have to see me dab as a 31-year-old person.
Or you can watch on YouTube and you can see Nick dab.
I don't know what this is going to do for our views, but we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Listen, we are both inside the Madden community, inside the gaming community, and we wanted to bring you guys a podcast where you get to know some of these guys that you see on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook Gaming, if you're over there, on Mixer. Rip Mixer to that one.
It doesn't exist anymore.
I know, Rip. We miss it. We miss Mixer, but I think we wanted to give an opportunity for some of these players and streamers and content creators to tell their story, because I think that's where we start to connect with people. I think, we both have people that we watch on a week-to-week basis that, it's not because necessarily they're the best player, but it's the ones that we've connected to personally. And I think this is an opportunity for them to tell their story. And there's honestly just not a great place for a lot of these guys to tell their story, because everyone's so in their own space, especially in COVID time. We've sort of been stuck in our own space and have lost the ability to communicate with other human beings. And you'll find us poorly communicating with human beings right here.
We'll talk with a lot of pro players who don't stream. You don't know a lot about them, but you see their names on the MCS. And
we got you.
We got you. We'll talk to those guys. We'll talk to content creators. We'll talk to big names within the Madden community itself. So make sure that you guys stick around. Hit like, subscribe if you guys are on YouTube. Hit the follow button, whatever you guys are on, whatever platform, on Spotify, on Apple. And just stick with us for the ride, and we'll do
It'll
good.
Be fun.
It'll be fun.
Probably.
It'll be.
We'll see.
It'll be.
It's gonna be fun for sure. Will we do good? But it'll be fun.
It'll be great. All right. Well, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Sticks. We have JonBeast with us today. John, how are you?
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, good. Yeah.
How are you? John, how are you?
John,
how are you?
I'm good.
Fun fact, it's actually an hour and a half just us asking, how are you? John, how are you?
I'm
just
doing
with different
fine.
intonation.
How are you?
Did you have to flex on us so hard with a belt behind you? Like, was that necessary? Like, I don't have it.
Seriously, that's like the first thing that I said as soon as he turned on his camera.
I mean, I haven't touched it in a month, but it's still my baby,
So many comments. I'm just gonna let them all go. There's so many comments.
Looks
it's
nice.
my baby, but I haven't touched it in a month. Oh, cool. Good parenting.
Nice. All right, just leaving it sit there, collect dust. Might want to dust it every once in a while.
Well, see, the answer is I feel like he's actually saying that the reason why he hasn't touched this, he doesn't want to get complacent. He wants to get another belt. He doesn't want to feel like he already has one. He wants to feel like he's still fighting for it. Is that right, John? John,
that's right. That's right. I could get like.
John, is that correct?
Okay, and here we go with the zooming in of the cameras.
Yep.
Yeah,
yes,
hell yeah.
Yes.
Especially the one in February, and you know which one I'm talking about.
All right, should I like zoom mine in too?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Yes, we good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know what company benefited the most from the pandemic? Zoom.
Please, oh gosh.
Anyways, carrying on.
Here we
Carrying
go.
on where it's on. The beast named John.
I would never like Zoom ever again.
Carrying on.
Cool.
Well,
cool.
Yeah, you've got that beautiful belt behind you, the Madden NFL 22 Ultimate Kickoff belt. Let's take a step back. What made you get into Madden in general, and what made you get into competitive Madden? Was there a moment that you went, I'm really good at this, and I should go try to make some money playing this game?
Like, how I got into Madden, it's weird. So my friend across the street, his name is Wesley. So he had around like October, like this with Ultra Team Madden 15. I used to go to his house almost every day and just like take over his mud team. I would go to his house, basically live there for the whole day without sleeping there, and take over his mud team. It's weird. Then when I got into competitively, I would say like late Madden 19, I was playing rec tournaments like late in the year. I was like winning tournaments. So like at that point, I wanted like I didn't play Madden 20, but Madden 19, I knew I was beating good people, like people that are known and just like wanted to like keep going, like keep grinding, keep getting good, and so on and so forth. I didn't play Madden 20 like I just said. And at 21, that's why I had my runs like in clubs where like people now know me from, how people got to know me, and so on. And here we are now.
Yeah, I mean, it happened in such a short period of time. What made you pick up the game after Madden 20, after not playing 20? What made you go, you know what, let me play 21?
Just playing a lot of like Madden. So like, I've been playing Madden since Madden 08, just like having fun. So like every year I would always get Madden. My mom would buy me Madden every year. She still buy me Madden to the day. Like that's like her one thing for me. She would just buy me Madden, and it's weird. Like now it's weird, but I still up for that. But me playing Madden 21, it was just like I'm still gonna play. I don't know if I want to compete yet. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna compete. And overall, when I made Steelers Club, like it was a joke how I won it. Nick, you know the whole joke around it, and since then it just took off. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that joke.
But see now you got that belt behind you, and you got those more importantly, you got those checks. You got those
Exactly.
checks written. Well, I assume you've gotten the second one, but you've got a couple checks from EA at this point. So I think that's when it makes it. When you look at the bank account and you go, I got some real cheddar in there.
When I saw that first check, that first check,
that one was real. Oh, wow. That one was real. That means I can go buy dinner for everybody.
I feel like Madden is one of those games where you can get someone that just comes out of nowhere that you've never heard of before, that has been practicing and labbing some random offense, random defense on their own, you know, with their friends in their house. And it's someone that you haven't heard of before, and they can just, you know, go out there and like win games. Like, I mean, we had in the MCS, we had like AI Nash, who personally, like, I try to keep up with like MCS and like the whole Madden community, and I've never heard of him before. I think I might have heard of him like once or twice before, but like he was someone that like I personally hadn't heard of before, and he did really, really good in the tournament and everything. He made it to the finals, didn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, I feel like Madden is, you know, this game where it's like you literally can just like have one good year and you're set. You know, versus, you know, where it's like Fortnite or Call of Duty, you got to practice. You know, your aim has to be good, but it's like Madden, like if you have a remote understanding of the game, like you can just be really, really good one year and it works.
What people don't think about, like talk about, like obviously you got your TNCs, 818s, but like those people that like that are unknown, and like they have their friends around them helping them, like 24/7, try to get good at the game. When you have friends like that, outside the big crews, really, they can make runs. Anyone can make a run once you get the time.
Completely agree.
And the biggest, I mean, again, when you try to compare Madden to say a COD or a Fortnite or whatever, like one of the FPS games that has that continued play, you also got to remember that like while there are patches in those games, Madden changes so drastically year to year. Yeah. It is a brand new game. And I think, you know, we saw that the biggest, you know, Madden 20 run game was the king. If you were passing, you weren't winning. It was send 8 was the meta at that point. You go to Madden 21, it's send 3 is the meta, and it's little dump off plays. Yeah, and now we're here in Madden 22, and it's sort of different from both years prior because it's zones aren't quite as good deep down the field. You're looking for those big chunk plays, and the defense is kind of sit out there and pray a little bit.
It's like the patches that have been out this year. Like as we see, like the November 4th patch was like the biggest game changer patch of the year. But they took out delay fades. All right.
Hey, this one's for delay fades.
Yep.
That montage that EA put out. I won't say anything, but like it was But there was a lot of me in that, and I did not like that. So this year's patches, I would say, have changed the game drastically. Like I had to switch offenses for it. So it's like about like how to like just keep playing the game and just try to like figure out what worked for you and try to like get a feel of it. And like what Nick said, Madden 20 sent 8. Like Madden 21 was sent 2, run man to man, or sent 5, sent 2. Madden 20 was sent 8 and put like deep blues in your corners and you play everything. Like the game changes game changes every year.
I'm curious where you stand on this because this one of the things we've been talking about internally, between myself and Ty and User, we don't want to say like this year has been the death of crews because I don't think that's true. But you're seeing more players play across crews. You're seeing more cross crew play. You're seeing less guys playing in that tight circle and more people valuing different opinions. Do you think that's a trend we're going to continue to see? Is this just a natural evolution of we've got so many people playing Madden and everybody knows everybody in this Discord world that like obviously you were going to have TNC guys labbing with EMB guys, you were going to have TGL guys labbing with NFA guys. Is this just naturally where it was going?
I would say naturally. That's a tough question because like I would say naturally because like you want to get like obviously when you play inside the crew, like everyone's tendencies, everyone how they play. But when you lab like say like TNT versus EMB, like say like Free the Penguins and like Tenacious, like you will have the tendencies for them, but you get the reps versus them, and like those reps will like help you beat other players in their tournament, even though y'all won't play each other. So say like me and Nick played right in a rep game with two different crews, right? He's not in bunch, but he's like in like spread, let's say, right? I'm in bunch. I'm getting the rep versus him, so I can figure out what defense, like what to run versus if I had to see someone running in the tournament.
Yeah,
that's like someone else besides Nick. So that's why it's completely different. Like I think it was naturally because like now like you gotta explain because so this like competitive now is like compared to like Madden 17, Madden 16, it has grown a lot. So like yeah, I would say it would definitely grow like naturally.
Yeah, I mean, and it makes sense. I mean, obviously, like we saw for years, if 818 labs against themselves, they're gonna have great bunch defense. They're gonna figure out bunch, but when you go up against a trips guy, like that's a totally different thing. And especially, I think this year where defense is so nuanced, there's so many adjustments you have to make just to find stops. It's not call man coverage and be done. Like you have to do a lot of adjusting defensively,
especially this year because like now how the game plays because we're playing a new Madden. It's not like Madden 20 and Madden 21. We're on a new Madden on a new console. And like if you like once you get used to it, you're used to it, but like it's not the same feel as it was last year. Like the users completely different. Like that's why a lot of people complain of it. But like once you get when you get used to it, it shouldn't be a problem for most people.
And we've seen that. How many people were saying when Madden 22 came out on the new console, oh my God, these users are stuck in the mud. We're never going to be able to play. And now we're sitting here in December and it's like, it's just what we play. Like we're used to it.
Yeah.
This is all like once mind you, cards are getting better throughout the year. So like when you get like change the direction, which is the stat that matters of cards, once those cards gets like 95, which is like I think most cards got already, like users not gonna be that bad. But defenses like zone drops, those are huge this year because like most zones they'll play a lot of zones, but when you like adjust on with the zone drops, hook curl, verts, 5-yard hooks, 10-yard hooks, 30-yard flats, like those like are the key factors to trying to stop people, which is kind of hard this year, but gives you a better chance to stop people and win the games.
Yeah, there's something though that like I was noticing, especially because I was on a call with K-Mac while he was watching Noah play in the MCS, but they were talking about how Noah, if Clef were to beat like AI Nash, Noah were to have it like kind of easy because it was going to be like trips and trips that he was going to play like back to back, correct? I believe Clef was in trips, Clef but like if he had to play like AI Nash,
he was sort of bunch like he moved around. He was in tight,
it was in something like that.
Yeah.
But if he were to play like AI Nash, like it was just like something that like it was just like what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And
well, you're telling me you didn't prep option defense?
Exactly. Yeah.
Pistol option.
It's like
I would have because like how meta 22 is, you definitely want to play someone that's in bunch the main meta offense compared to like a pistol, Brad. Like I'm not my bubblegum what user said on the stream.
Sure.
Like I'd rather play like a top bunch like Clef than someone like ANS running around with escape artists, like
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, it's also credit to. I mean, again, I'm going to say something that people don't say a lot, but we should. it's a credit to EA how these patches have changed the game, because early in this game, if you weren't in bunch, you were losing. Like, you had to be in bunch. And the way they've changed zone coverages, again, I know it's not where people want it to be, but the way they've been able to adjust it, and with delay fades being taken out, rest in peace, we love you, like, that makes the off meta and the trips gets better, the off meta gets better, the deuce close gets better, and all of a sudden, we're seeing diverse offenses. You saw Carry Q and Nini in the MCS. Yeah, and like, they're running things. AI Nash was unique, and you're seeing guys who normally run bunch going into the tight Y off and going into these different formations and having to be a little more diverse, because the game just isn't as catered to bunch. Whereas in September, October, it was bunch or you're done. And it's great.
There was mainly one play in the tournament that stayed in one offense and won the tournament, and that was Noah, because it was so it was so consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I will say this, watching, again, and I get we're right off of the MCS Ultimate Thanksgiving, but I don't know about you. I think, as a commentator versus a player, like, we have different views of it, but I was so wholly impressed at how not just good Noah was, but how good he was on both sides of the ball, at how balanced he was on both sides of the ball. Like, it didn't feel like he just happened to have the best scheme coming in. I felt like you could have put anything up against him and he was going to win that game. Like, he was awesome.
This, right before the tournament started, Nini was going to be the toughest matchup for him, because, mind you, like you just said, because the single back, no one, like what I said about the reps earlier, not a lot of you, once you get the reps for a single back, you're going to figure out how to stop it at one point. He got 2 or 3 stops? Yeah. And still won the game. Like, it's just once you get the reps for a certain offense, you should be good. Like, I guarantee you, probably, Clef didn't get the reps for deuce close until he had a play carry.
Yeah,
and he bagged carry. Like, besides almost to choke it up, that. But he bagged carry. Like, once you get the reps versus certain people, you're going to be good. You're going to make it run.
Yeah, I have a feeling Carry Q probably wasn't labbing with Clef before the tournament. Once they knew they matched up, they probably weren't getting live games in. And there just aren't that many people running the carry close, which I don't understand. I love deuce close. I think it's a fun offense. It is. Do you think this year, especially compared to years past and early this year, is single back under center a viable offense? Can you go out and make runs? Is the pressure able to be picked up enough out of that single back, or do you have to be in shotgun?
You could be in single. So, how I feel about this, you could be a single back, but it wouldn't be as potent if you was a shotgun. So, when you're a single back, you guys control the clock a lot, which I like to do. You could definitely control the clock a lot, but you can't really just bomb. I would say, obviously you block 7, let's say. You really can't bomb out of any defense, which is a kind of huge thing in Madden, I say right now, because you could bomb everything right now.
Yeah,
that's the only difference. But it's definitely viable. Unlike last year, where if you're single back, you automatically lost. We saw Nini right now. Comparison: last year, Nini clubs, he got flooded.
Yeah,
all right,
Colin flooded.
He couldn't run single back because he got turbo rush.
Yeah.
This year, he's a single back. He made the final 8.
Yeah.
So that should be the difference of all right, you can run single back this year. So yes, I would say it's viable.
I feel like this podcast got turned really nerdy here the last 20. We got into some nuance here. Let's talk about how those hook curls play versus curl flats. Hey, yeah. Well,
I understand some of these words.
Sure. It's Toter.
I like running the ball. If I can run the ball, I will do great, which is why I'm kind of mad, because I got into Madden 20 at the very end of the year.
You would have loved 20. Wow.
If I just started when Madden 20 came out.
Stretch dive queen. Oh my lord.
It's my favorite thing to do, and I still can't do it.
Have you have you ventured outside the regs world? Have you been playing some MUT? Because I think oh God.
Yes, I have, and my team is actually pretty decent. My team is pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with my team. I haven't run into Boja. I haven't run into. Okay, I will eventually, because my team is somewhat no money spent. I spent $100. That's it.
That's no money spent. I will count that. $100 in Madden is nothing.
It's $100. I spent $100 on my team. It wasn't even my $100.
Was it
someone else?
$100?
No, K-Mac gave me $5.
What?
K-Mac gave me $5 for my MUT team.
What?
He hit you with the $5 and said good luck.
Yes, basically we ripped one pack with the $5, And that was it. I think with that $5 pack, I'm not even joking, it was at the very beginning of the year. I'm pretty sure with that $5 pack, I got like a really, really good like 80 overall card when it first like came out, like an 84 or something.
When 84s were good in Madden.
Yeah,
those were the
like,
days.
It was like the very first, like, I clearly remember this. And now it's just like, yeah, you're just fucked if you have like an 84. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's bad. It's all bad in the hood. It's
bad.
Well, welcome to the Mutt Streets. When you're broke and you need somewhere to stay, come on, we got a guest room over here. So, best of luck to you. K-Mac will give you $5 more for one more pack.
$5 more, one more pack. Thanks, K-Mac.
So, John, I'm curious. Like, you make this run last year. What was I wonder what that experience was like from your perspective? Because from our perspective, it was so quick. It happened like lightning in a bottle, and you went from Steelers Club Champ to sort of the star of the clubs to being in all these programs. Like, was last year just a whirlwind? Like, because it felt like that to me.
It was definitely not normal, I would say, because like I never expected this. Like, especially after clubs, like being in the yard. Like, I got invited to the yard. Mm-hmm. Like, that was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't know I would be a part of that. And so let's go back to clubs. Like, after I went to this club, I got COVID. So it was just a real hit that I was like, damn, I might not even win because like I'm not even playing Madden. I'm just worried about my health right now.
Yeah.
And when I played K-Mac, first game of the clubs when I won after I beat him, I was like, oh my god.
Remember that? Remember? Hey, Rose, remember he beat K-Mac?
Yes, I did remember that.
Okay, just check it. All right, carry on. Keep going.
I know because I think it was like at his house. I think I was at K-Mac's house when that happened, and this is when K-Mac was living in DC. I know he beat him. Like, I mean, good. Like, Joe. Why did I call you Joe?
JonBeast? What's up, JonBeast?
JonBeast. I am on one right now.
The beast named Joe.
JonBeast like went on to like play really fucking well. So like, good on you.
Yeah. So like after that, like when I beat Joe, obviously, what happened in that game was unreal. Like, I never
wild.
Exactly. Like, cause me watching it like after tournament's over, once they put the YouTube video, I watched it, and as like a viewer, like I would usually be every year. It was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Try calling that game. What is happening? Yeah. Calling that game was wild.
I was like, what the?
Yeah, fuck? I remember watching that.
So like, I was like, oh my, like that's like, I didn't even care being Wesley after that. Losing to Pavin, I did cry after losing to Pavin. It was my first tournament. Yeah, I felt very good. So I did cry a little. Did hit me. But when I saw that joke game, like, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah. So, like, so on. Just like, it was not normal. Let's say that.
Yeah, I mean, and then, you went on to the Yard Invitational. I got invited to that. And, like, now, like, it's weird because, and we talked about this with Noah, and I think you and I have talked about this. Like, it's weird that it feels like you've been part of the Madden community. Like, you're just part of the Madden community. Like, you just sort of become part of it. But it's weird that you have been a part of this Madden community. And we've actually never met in person because you happen to come about in the COVID era of Madden.
If I don't make another live, all right? If I don't make another live, and next year it's in the studio, I'm going to be mad.
Be mad. It's all bad. Are you interested, nervous? Like, what's your feelings on having not played in a true, live MCS event in the studio? Like, what's your thoughts on how your skills are going to translate to that?
All right, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna be the same. All right, it's just like I'm under the lights. Like, it's gonna be nerves because the person you're playing is right next to you, which is different. Plus, there's a lot of people around you, a lot of lights, so it's gonna be a little bit different. But I don't think it will affect me at all. I'm still gonna talk. Like, turn the first time I did talk, but most time I will talk because
thank God
you're a person. I gotta talk. Like, I'm not gonna stay quiet. Like.
You have to shit talk, especially when the person's sitting right next to you.
Yeah, you gotta talk shit. You gotta talk shit, right?
You suck.
I want to say that.
No, you need to say that. You need to say you suck.
So I said you suck. I think last year to Joel, and I missed the PAT with Focus Ticker. I would never say that.
Oh no!
That was the karma.
Oh no! Okay.
I cannot say that because
sorry, Joel.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. Love you.
All right,
but that will be said again. But it'll be different. I feel like a little bit, and yeah.
I think the biggest thing I've heard from players who are playing their first live events, especially like in Redwood, I think the biggest thing that they don't count for is plane flights. You're in a hotel. It's a different place. Like, you're just not into your routine.
Yeah.
And that, I think people don't account for that. I think the actual playing with another person next to you is an adjustment, but I think most people can get used to it. It's all the extracurricular stuff. There's so much media you have to do and so much of this, like, just sitting and waiting. That takes a second to get used to.
There's also
you go.
what I was gonna say too was, like, on top of that, like, we literally just saw this past weekend Noah labbing with K-Mac in the middle of the tournament. You can't really do that, right?
It's tough. They have like, at least how it is set up in Redwood, they have consoles that you can, but it does require you to leave, go set up at a console, lab a little bit, and then but you have to be ready a couple minutes before your game. Like, it's not quite as free flowing. Like, it is not I don't think it's a very good lab atmosphere. Your best lab games are in the hotel.
I want to touch on the waiting part. So, like, the first tournament I played Journey, which is like, yeah.
Welcome aboard. Come on in.
At 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock. It was late. So, like, I had to wait extra. So the game time was supposed to start around 10. Started around what, like 10:30 or 10:30, 9:30. Start time 9, start time 10, one of the two. Had to wait an extra 30 minutes. So, like, once you wake up, you know it's game day. You know you got to play today. But then you have that, let's say, 12, 13-hour period when you wake up, play one game. And that's what I had versus Journey. Like, it's tough because, like, it takes a mental state out of you. Like, bro, I just want to play. Get me into the game. And just, like, it sucks. It sucks, but it's something you got to deal with.
You're just, like, anxious. You're sitting there, like, nervously waiting. Yeah.
Yeah, like, there was times I would just take naps, but game day routine would never change. McGriddle every morning.
Are you a bacon or a sausage McGriddle?
Bacon.
Hell yes. See, that's why I knew you were real. You're a real dog. Bacon McGriddle is the greatest thing ever created, and don't tell me, like, that's the breakfast. Come on.
I know, every MCS day, like this weekend, every day, it's McGriddle.
Bacon McGriddle.
I've never had a McGriddle.
I'm sorry.
Well, I don't like eggs.
Okay, that's different.
So that's why I haven't had one. But McDonald's breakfast is really fucking good.
Can you get a bacon egg McGriddle and just take out the egg?
But then it's just gonna be
that's just bacon. That's just bacon on 2 pancakes.
That's literally all it is.
It's maple bacon. So what?
I love it. I'm in there. I'll be honest. If you gave me a McGriddle with just 2 pieces of bacon in it, I'd eat the shit out of it.
Of course. I mean, we would eat it anyways. It's still good.
We'd all be. If you delivered it right now, all 3 of us would be like, "We're gonna pause the podcast. Sorry, hold on. Thank you." But see, I love that. I love guys who have those game day routines because it does make, no matter whether it's a ladder day where you're playing just a bunch of games and having to get them, or a double elimination game where everything matters.
I do it.
Yeah.
Every Saturday, Sunday, I'll still do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Day. You see that belt behind you? That's why you got one of those. That's why you got one of those belts.
There you go.
I've been doing this since the beginning of the year.
So now you got this sort of weird part where you win the first tournament, and for all intents and purposes, like, you're qualified for Madden Bowl, largest Madden Bowl in history, $1 million prize pool. But what's keeping you, like, there are a lot of people that would win that and go, you know what, I'm not going to show anything else. I'm not going to play in either of the other 2 tournaments. I'm just going to get ready for Madden Bowl. You're still trying to qualify for these bad boys. What's keeping you motivated?
All right, there's 2. One to check. Like,
sure.
All right. 2 was last year. 2 after because who knows? We didn't know we was going to have Madden Bowl or not. So last year. With DC,
some would say we didn't, but whatever.
Yep. So it was DC and Regs, the Classic Challenge. I didn't play neither. None of them. Not one of them. And just, like, there was money I missed out on. And, like, it kind of, like, like, I didn't play Madden, like, till Madden Bowl. And that's why I was, like, designated to play Draft Champs, because, like, I did not touch MUT in, like, 4 months.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, like, the only difference. So now, like, I want to keep getting the reps, keep playing. Obviously with another belt.
Yeah.
Just have my name, yeah.
Well, and you got to think that, like, there's some level of, because we're on full MUT all year, the game changes drastically based on the items that come out, and getting used to those players is a big deal.
Plus teams, like, it's wild, like, everything. Yeah.
Remember when it was only Raiders? Not Raiders anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Now we're on what, Jets?
Like, that's just, like, packs, weekend league. Like, head-to-head, like, all those matters. So just, like, say that you want to go to Raiders or Jets. like you have to play the weekend league. You have to play the head-to-head. Those are considered reps also. Like that's like when I first went on like going on to a kickoff. Before that, I played over like 600 games, 500 games head-to-head in the first 3 weeks. Yep, like the grass is blue, the sun is yellow. Well,
yeah,
the sun is blue. Yeah. Like that's literally what it is. That's all life is.
Wild.
Like when it first comes out.
That. Playing that much of one game just gives me stress. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it legit gave me a panic attack right now. I'm like,
yeah, that's like me. I'm like, huh.
I was like, oh, 600 games, 600.
Yeah,
I barely play, 3 times a month.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh god.
Now, like, compared to like now, like you don't really have to play a lot because like the game didn't really change for about a month already.
Yeah.
So once you get the reps in, like, all right, yeah, too.
If like a big patch comes out like beginning of December, January, that's when you got to get.
Oh yeah, like fuck me, I got to keep playing the game more.
And also,
like I know, like before November 4th patch, I was at Seattle book. Like I was in Seattle bunch. And I was just bomb every play like with ease. Now when it got patched, I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like, and I'm like, damn, all right, yep, here I go switching bunches again. Woohoo! And that's like. So just like sucks sometimes, but
it is. I think, and I think that's the biggest thing when I look at like a goal of our MCS broadcast. Like I love what we've been able to do in terms of like upping quality and see things like that. But I think as a commentator, as we're calling these games, I feel like one of the biggest goals I have is to try to convey to the average player who looks at the competitive game and goes, well, these guys call 3 plays all the time. They do the same thing each and every time. At truly how complicated it is, the adjustments that have to be made, not just in game, but going into each game. The amount of research that goes into which items to have on your team, which AP abilities, how much you guys spend testing these abilities and hammering at them. Like, it's so much more complicated. And I don't blame the average person and the casual viewer for not understanding that, because I don't even piece that together. I load up Madden, I go play a game. Like, that's all I do. Whereas, you guys spend 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day just hammering on this game to try to find that little edge that'll get you that belt.
Yeah, because most of it is like, it's our job. Like, most people, it's our job. But sometimes, like, you want to keep getting better at the game and just, like, make these runs, which, like, most people can't. And just, like, how much money could be on the line for you. Like, making battable is a dream come true. Like, oh my God.
Hello?
No, sorry.
Sorry. Hello? Excuse me?
But yeah, so like, what was I saying? So yeah, it's a dream come true, and just like these 8 hours, 6 hours a day, just like nonstop playing. Like, it takes how to say this? It takes a piece of you that like I'm gonna say this easy as I can. Mamba mentality, just keep, that's probably the best way I could probably say that.
Yeah,
I mean,
just keep playing.
So like even for me, like I'm not a competitive player, but I learned directly from a competitive player, and I get people in my comments, like, on TikTok, on YouTube, and they're mad at me for just running. Literally, they say you're running the same 3 plays over and over again. But what they don't know is K-Mac has taught me, don't just call the play and snap the ball. Call the play, make these certain adjustments. If this is happening, make this adjustment, and then snap the ball. And even in my comments too, people, I tell them what playbook I'm in, they can't guess what play I'm in. I don't think I've had a single comment guess the correct play that I am in my TikToks. Like, and that's something that like just casual
players.
Oakland
tour? Are you an Oakland tour?
No, I'm in Carolina and New Orleans. Carolina and New Orleans.
Ooh, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Ooh,
New Orleans defense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because that's nickel normal. So, but yeah, I mean, like going back on like the casual players, like they just, it's something that like personally, I mean, I don't really get it, and I run it.
Casuals, like I said, like the same. There's a difference between the casuals and the pros. Like, there's a difference.
Exactly.
Like the same 3 plays are gonna work for like pros. Than more like, how do I say this? The casuals will never run the same 3 plays because it will get boring for them. Let's say that, right? Do you agree on that?
I would agree. Yeah. I mean, again, I played in franchise modes. Like, we played, you could only call each play once, and that made like the game more fun for us because we could bounce around.
Now, like from the pros, like you got to run these same 3-4 plays throughout the whole game and guess which one. If you're on defense, guess which play they're running, do the favorite adjustments you like versus that play, and that separates everything. So, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, and again, I know from a competitive standpoint, this wouldn't be the thing that anybody would ever want. But from a broadcast standpoint, you know what I would love? I would love if the game tracked the adjustments, and then we could, as a broadcast team, pull up and go, okay, here's this last play. These are 9 adjustments that this guy made. These are the 8 adjustments this guy made. Look at how different this was from the play before. 4 adjustments got made, 3 adjustments got made, and be able to show the viewer that. Look at all the things that happened.
That'd
be so cool, broadcast wise.
You know how there's like favorite plays on like offense, Nick? You know how like the favorite plays on the team? Where you just Just imagine if you did like favorite adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Like favorite adjustments.
Shades over the top. Every like 60% of the time is shades over the top.
Shade on top, purple on my linebacker, shade on these, who like the stuff like that, they added that. It'll be beautiful because it'll be easy for like the broadcast team to like know what we're running.
Yeah.
It also,
like, and again, I'm not saying I want everyone to have that information, but as a broadcast team, I want it. Like, I want that.
Broadcast team would be great, but like, you know, you also have to think about like from a competitive players like aspect. Like, if you guys say that, like, if that information is available to you guys, it has to be available. I feel like the players would find a way to use it, right?
The way that I would describe it, like the way that I would envision using it would be in the same way that like the week after, like let's say, you know, what we had, you know, Green Bay and the Rams play this week. And let's say they pulled out a play from their playbook that, you know, Chris Collinsworth on Sunday Night Football next week goes, this is a really great play. We got Matt Stafford and the Rams on Sunday Night Football. Let me show you this play that he ran against Green Bay. Obviously, it's not going to 100% correlate because it was a different game in a different situation, but it still gives that depth of knowledge. I think that's how I would picture it would be like, you know, we've got JonBeast playing Joke right now here in, you know, the Ultimate Wild Card. Let's go back to their game back in Madden 21 and show this play. Yeah. It's a totally different game. It's a totally different situation, but at least you can showcase this is what makes these players great. They're doing 13 adjustments, whatever. Like Donnie Moore keeps track of the number of adjustments on average each player does. Like in our stat book that we used to get, we don't have them this year, but in past years we've had like I've got them around here somewhere, but like it'll say like on average Joke does 3.84 adjustments on defense.
Oh my God.
And John does 2.1 adjustments on offense. We don't know what those adjustments are, but it's based on the button clicks and all that stuff. And he has like this date, and it's so cool, but we don't have a way to like show that. And I want to be able to show that stuff because that stuff's amazing. There's some guys who do upwards of 5 or 6 adjustments on offense with hot routes and what they're doing in the O-line.
Last year, you didn't really have to do that, like do a lot of adjustments because like
it was last year was just called man.
Yeah, exactly. Shade on these, shade inside, shade outside, put a spot, boom, you're done. But this year, like you're considering zone drops, like 2 curve flats. Save you like $1, right?
Oh, you found it? Nice.
I have Donnie's book. Keep talking.
So let's say this. Let's say you have 30 10s and 5s, right? Shade on these 2 curve flats in a spot. That's 4 adjustments. Right there. That's not like shading over top. That's 4 already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I typically make, oh my God, I run 2 defenses. All right. Let's see. I do 1, 2, 3, 4 adjustments ish for the first one, and then for the second one I think is like closer to 6.
So
I don't think this one has it. This was the Madden Bowl. This is the Madden Bowl one, so it was a different year last year. By the way, can we just talk about like he made up this page that has all the Madden Bowl logos from years past?
Oh my gosh,
some of those are awesome.
95.
He gotta make one this year, yo.
I'm hoping he does. And again, I know like the stat collection this year is a little weird because again, being online changes how everything happens. But like in the years where we were in the studio when he would physically hand us the book, like it would have like average number of adjustments, average yards per pass, average like DVOA.
Wow. Like, remember this, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like stuff that we all like it just I think there's so much data that I think the game captures but we don't use. Like there's obviously something in the game that tells like this is how many button clicks there were and all this. Let's capture some of that and be able to show it in future.
I know there's a feature in Madden was like how many times you call this play.
Yeah.
And that's like but obviously you can't do that since you get different accounts. But like if you like if you end up showing them how many times you call a play until like you have to switch your CG account like to the account, like that'd be a good stat too. Like, all right, let's say Z spot is his favorite play. That like he had that counter like 50 times compared to like 800 times.
Right.
So that'd be another good stat too.
Yeah, I think that's the stuff that like I think bridging the gap between the competitive and the casual. So the casual, because like again, you watch the NBA, I know that LeBron James is really good because I have played basketball and I know how hard it is to jump up and dunk the basketball.
Yeah.
I think it's tough to convey that in Madden because we have such a limited scope. Like again, you know, even when I was in college playing Madden, like I would play my roommate all the time. And I was obviously better than him. And you can't prove otherwise because no one has proof of it. But I'd beat him 100 times in a row. And I'd go, I'm really good. And then I'd go and play a pro Madden player and they'd beat me by 1,000. I'd be like, well, maybe I wasn't. I think that's the hardest part is if you're not in the competitive sphere and realizing all that's going on, you just can't wrap your head around how much work goes into it. And I think the really cool part about competitive Madden is more people are getting involved in it. So more people are learning it.
And
Definitely.
people don't understand, like, EA are just competing, like, now, I feel like they're, like, this year, me personally, they are growing, like, the top players more now, But the top 50, like, who, like, probably, like, previously, probably, like, top 10, top 20. Now it's top 50, so, like, it's just helping grow the game, really. Just grow the people that's, like, competitively. And just, if, like, you play casual, just, like, wow, I beat Nick by 50. Wow.
Okay.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
going back on...
I don't had to dunk on me like that. Cool, whatever.
like, going back on what we were talking about earlier, you know, like, with this, like, you can come out of nowhere and just... This Madden 22 is really, like, rewarding for those really random offenses, random defenses, stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, because it's a hard game to play defense. Like, I can't say that because, like, once you get used to the game, it's not a hard way to stop people, but, like, it's just the game got, like, hard. Like, this year you actually got to adjust more than last year, really. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
And, like, you can't, like, last year there was, like, turbo rushing, basically user rushing. And this year you can't really do that. So that was, like, a game-changing thing because it's a brand new game. Like, every game is going to be something new. This year, every offense is runnable. Which I like. I like that, like, how every offense is runnable. Like, I could play against 5 wide. I'm still going to scream because you're running 5 wide. But you can run it. Like, which is, I like that. I like that part about the game.
It adds a chess match element where you really can, like, it's not just muscle memory of I've played this 1,000 times. It is like, listen, if you can come in and bring something different to the table, you're going to catch guys off guard and you have to be ready for it.
Like last one, this is why I said in my interview in the first tournament, I'll treat every game like a head-to-head game. Because, like, think about it. I go into a head-to-head game, I see 5 wide. That's preparing me if I ever see it in the tournament. Like, if I see spread, it's going to help me prepare for it. Like, everything that I see in head-to-head, it will help you no matter what. Like, play the casual, it's still going to be good for you because, like, say Nick was... Let's say I play Aaron Nash, right? Let's say I play Aaron Nash in the first couple weeks, right? He's going to move the ball, but I'm getting the red versus it because I know, like, all right, I did this wrong. Let me run this correctly next time. And that's going to help me prepare for someone. Boom. Next time we play, I'm most likely going to beat you.
I mean, it is the best example I can think of to real life is, like, it's why, like, Navy and Georgia Tech were always such a tough team to beat in college football because they ran the triple option and nobody else ran the triple option. And so even if Alabama went and played Georgia Tech, it'd be like a 14-point game in the fourth quarter because they just don't have reps against triple option teams anymore. And while Georgia Tech may still go 5-7, they still fought so hard every single game because they're bringing that uniqueness. And that is hard to get reps against.
Just those are so important. Like, you could be top of class, Wesley, fancy. Like, I could play these guys every day and be like, wow, like, I'm playing the same players. I'm just getting the reference to one formation. But if I play someone just running everything, I love that more than I like playing that one formation.
Handle it. Civ's now a Minecraft streamer. I mean, what I saw how many.
Oh my god, dude! Okay, Civ has been playing the same Minecraft server as me.
He's in the same server.
We're in the same Minecraft. Civ has been playing in the same Minecraft server as me. Huh?
Wait, who's else in that server?
It's OG Pepperoni's server.
Yeah.
So yeah, Civ has been playing in the server. I'll be sitting here streaming. This happened the other day while I was streaming. I was sitting here streaming, like, Minecraft was open in, like, a window. All right. So I'm just sitting here farming levels because you need levels to get, like, XP so you can enchant stuff. And next thing I see is Civ pops up Mr. Civ is online. And I'm just like, he
With his
typed in
800
chat.
cows or whatever he has going on in that farm of his.
Yeah, he typed in chat, ... He's like, no way you're here right now. And
Hello.
it's like the most random times a day. And like his excuse, like I know that he wants to be on there and like do a lot more. But I'm on there, like I'm always on the game because I just have it like tabbed open so I can get levels. But like he'll join and he'll just be like, I'm just getting my wheat, I'm just feeding my cows, and I'm leaving.
Pay no attention. I'm not actually playing the game right now.
I'm like,
Well,
sure you are.
We're lying against cows. There's probably no more than 1,000.
Here's all I'm saying. He can sit there and say he doesn't want to play all he wants, but he tweets about it enough. He's a Minecraft streamer now. And Civ, you don't lie to me. I've seen it.
100% Minecraft streamer. Speaking of like other games and stuff though, John, do you like play Madden because you genuinely like enjoy the game, you like have a love for the game, you really want to play the game every single year, or do you play the game because you're good at it and you know that you can win these tournaments, that you know that you're better?
I think it's a mixture of both. Like I feel like now, like after me winning this, I could win any tournament on it if I'm on my game. Then like just have like mine. I've been playing Madden for like 10, 11 years. Like I'm always gonna be playing Madden because I love it. It's my hobby. Like once you like, there's no way I'm not gonna stop playing Madden for a while. Still gonna play it competitively or not. Still gonna play it because I just have the love for it. And competitively, like I could win any tournament, any given day because like I'm good at the game. I know that.
What other games do you play?
Oh, you know this. The only other game I play is COD. COD. Like only other game I play is COD.
Are you excited for the new map? I'm super excited.
When does it come on? December 9th?
Yes, December 9th.
Yeah, I'll be playing it. After if let's say if I get eliminated this weekend, who knows? Like I will be playing it every day. Cause like it gives me like a 2-month break to the next tournament if I don't make this tournament. And that's gonna be beautiful. That's good. That 2-month break. Thank the Lord.
Is that your Christmas present to yourself if you get eliminated?
Yeah.
Yeah. You love to see it.
Because it's like, all right. So people don't understand. We had to play 8 straight weeks of Madden. Basically 2 months straight to Madden.
Yeah.
Like of weekends, not weekdays. Weekends.
And the qualifiers were brutal.
You're sitting there from 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock on weekends, 8 straight weeks.
Hey, and you want to know what's wild? Here, let me get into it. Let me tell you what's wild here. What's wild is, remember how we got rid of the club championships and everybody went, "Oh, thank God, we won't have this 2.5-month tournament." We just put 2 tournaments in the same span and made you grind for 6 weekends. Like it's literally the same amount of playing. It's just 2 tournaments.
I didn't mind that at a certain extent because I'm still getting the reps. I didn't mind that at a certain extent. But now in clubs, you started clubs in October. Clubs ended in
February.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
yeah. How many? What was it? Madden 20. It was the big thing was Volt won his game with Nasty Streak, and it got patched by the time we got to the AFC North. Like it got patched 3 weeks later when we were playing other club qualifiers because Joke was in the AFC North and Joke couldn't use Nasty Streak because it got patched the week before. And it's like, oh, this tournament is so long, a major patch came through in the middle of it that changed how the game played.
I know last year there was a patch last year, like right before the final 8.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Like,
Why do that right before? They've been like
what I was told.
Because the game's not built for competitive. There are 800 million people playing Madden, and there are
yes. So they can push it back 7 days. They can push it back 7 days.
This is what I was told because they tried to do that, but since we're not at Redwood, they really can't play the game on the old patch. That's what I was told.
And that's a great point, is that like when we play at the studio, because we're on dev consoles, we can play on prior patches. So if a patch comes through in the middle, like at the end of the day, they don't really consult with the competitive team. Like the Madden just puts out the patch. The competitive team can, on the dev consoles, go, okay, this came out within a week and a half of the tournament. We're going to play on the prior patch so nobody gets hoed. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're at home right now playing on our own consoles, so it's like patch comes through, comes through, and you hope for the best.
Sorry, you're fucked.
Yeah, sorry. Tough Nuggets. We're going to try to put it out. Like, they've done a pretty good job of not putting out anything major
before
too close to a tournament. Like, the November 4th one was before double elims, but it wasn't, like, right before the final 8.
Yeah, so. It was 2 weeks prior, so people got to, like,
Yeah.
got the restaurants. Like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah, because double elims ended that Halloween weekend, and then they put the patch out, and then the 2 weeks later
that was perfect timing. That was actually
great.
like perfect timing. Perfect. Competitive, like the competitive devs, whatever behind them, they don't do a really good job. I'll say that, me personally, but they did a good job with that November 4th patch. Check out delayed phase. Rest in peace. Thank God.
We love it.
Thank God. So
Now, Rose, I gotta tell you a little secret here. I gotta expose. John and I have a promise here, and and I've heard that John is honoring this promise, and I love it. John has told me that he has never been to a steakhouse before, and so the promise he made to me, I told him when he turns 21, I'm gonna take him to Vegas. I'm gonna take him to a Vegas steakhouse for his first steakhouse experience.
That's gonna be nice.
I think it's going to be the perfect birthday accoutrement. But I was surprised to find John had, because John, you're a culinary man. I'm surprised you haven't at least found yourself in a Ruth Chris or a Fleming's or something.
At least once.
Yeah, I never. I went to Texas Roadhouse. If that's considered steakhouse.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. You need to go to like one of those nice, like high end places where like their waiters are wearing like bow ties. You know.
Yeah.
But talk about culinary. I did try to go to high school for culinary. I did go to tech school.
I remember you telling me that you really liked that, like culinary.
Yeah, I really want, like, when I went to like my school, or the freshman, I chose culinary in my third spot. I didn't like because the teacher was a dickhead.
Sure, we've all had him.
Yeah, but the other teacher, I think it was a freshman software teacher. Oh my.
Hello.
And I wanted to do it, but the teacher was a dickhead, so I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I love culinary. Like, I love it. Do I cook? Not really. But yeah.
You're 20. Like, no one cooks when they're 20. You're super young. You're not even 20 yet.
I'm in my teens still. All right, let's relax.
So how much longer until you're 21? It's like a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Year and a half, yeah.
Oh my God, little baby.
Yeah.
Little baby.
Sorry, I'm not 23 and 30. I'm sorry.
31, sir.
Mom, have me earlier next time.
31, sir. Excuse me. When I was 19, it was 2009.
Oh yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh gosh.
Let's move on. Carry on. Something else to talk. Back in
I
my
was 19
day.
in what, like 2017?
Oh my.
Nick was about 19.
I mean, Nick, like, I'm
What's
older
up?
than you, but like, Nick is like.
Hi. Hello. Back in I remember playing Madden 1999 on my N64. There was no internet. The only thing you plugged in was to the wall. We had RGB cables.
Oh my gosh. I remember those because I was the one who set up everything, all the electronics in my house. I was like, I'm not even joking. I was like, my mom taught me how to build my first computer. I was 7 years old. And before that, I was the one who was like setting up everything in my house, like all electronics. I was the geek squad. Yes. Yeah. And I like doing it because now look where I am. Like, you know, I do this, like, internet, computers.
Yeah, the Rose did give me some tips to like help me build my PC and stuff. They helped me a little, which I think for her. But I think I started with PS2 or GameCube, one of the two. But I did break a lot. Ma, how many consoles did I break? Consoles like PS2s, GameCubes, all that. Like 5?
Oh my God!
Yeah. All right. So.
Oh Lord.
Memorable one. I put like what was it, like blueberries?
Nice.
Blueberries inside the
yeah.
tray.
What?
Yeah. I think it was blueberries. I'm not sure.
Why?
Okay, something wild like that. That I brought like 4
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was a badass kid.
I will Venmo you $100 right now if you can guess what my first console was.
Can I use Google for this?
Sure, I don't think it's on Google, but like, good luck. Are you looking up like consoles that came out prior to 1990?
What about? Oh my God,
ColecoVision.
What about? I know for a fact that there was a console that just had Pong on it.
Okay, I don't know why we gotta like dunk on Pong.
No.
I'm not that old. I'm 30. I'm not 40.
Okay, well, my mom. That was like what my mom had. You know that.
Oh no. Let me see. $100.
I remember she was like telling me about that, like $100. Pong. Oh gosh.
Was it Dreamcast?
John, you are not getting $100.
No.
What was it?
What was it?
I do love the Dreamcast though. My legit first console that I owned was a Nintendo GameCube. I didn't get a console till I was 17 years old. The only video game consoles I had were when I went to friends' houses or my cousin's house. I never owned one until I was a junior in high school.
Which console did you get? PS2 or 360?
When I got to college, I got a 360.
Okay.
I've never owned a PlayStation. Nah, I've never owned a PlayStation.
That sounds like me though. My mom never let us have like consoles or anything. I had my, which it's actually, I just found them. They're sitting on my desk over there on my table, but I had my Game Boy, I had my DS, and then I had my Wii's. And my grandpa bought my sister and I a PS2, and my mom was like, no,
that's enough.
and so that stayed at my grandparents' house.
Blueberries?
So the PS2 was at my grandparents' house. No blueberries. No blueberries in this one. It still works, actually. It's sitting out in my loft. It still works. So it didn't have blueberries in that one.
Crazy. I don't know how my DS detached. It was
your DS?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how. I think like mine is all floppy.
I try to hide it when I was a kid under the hamper. I try to hide it.
Hell yeah. Didn't
God.
work.
I got the bus. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think I had a Game Boy Color. I think was the first one that I had. I had a Game Boy Color.
I had the Game Boy. Yeah, the Game Boy Black.
And then a
I had the Game Boy
GBA.
Color.
And then I had a Game Boy Advance, and I had my brother had a DS. I was kind of out of Game Boys at that point, but yeah.
Hold on. This is one thing. You ever had a PSP?
Yes. Oh my god, listen. This is going back to you breaking consoles. We had a million of those things because my dad would bring them on airplanes and leave them in the back pocket of the seats. We had like.
Sorry, what?
Yes, he would leave them. He would bring them on airplanes and leave them in the pocket on the airplanes. And so it's like.
And so like the flight attendants would just get a free PSP. Cool, love it.
Yes, and he would forget about it until he went home. He would call him. Sorry, we don't have a PSP. Like, of course you don't have a PSP. Like, someone's gonna take it. Those things are expensive. I think we have two. I think we settled on two, but I clearly remember my mom getting mad at my dad because she's just like, "Where's the PSP?" But I was like, "Oh shit."
Delta Flight 1444 out of LA.
Yep. And yeah, we left it on the plane. Sorry about that.
That is.
You got to remember, what was your first game on console? First ever game on the console.
The first game I had on the GameCube was a game called Burnout. It was like a racing game through the city. I think the first two games I had were Burnout and Madden 07.
Oh yeah.
7. Sean Alexander.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, was it 08 like Alexander? Was it 08?
I think it was Madden 07.
My first.
07 was Sean Alexander. Yeah, because 08 was Favre. No, 08 was.
09 was by Favre.
08 was Vince Young.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I had Madden 06 and Burnout, and the only reason I had them was because my parents I got my console because I got straight A's because I'm a nerd. And then my like $10 allowance a week. So like Burnout was like $4.99 in a discount bin. So
there you go.
My game, if I can remember, I think it was Spider-Man 3.
Sure. Awful movie. Awful movie.
Well, I want to know what this one is called.
All right, so are y'all Marvel fans, right?
Yes.
Are big Spider-Man?
Yeah. So I'm so excited for Spider-Man.
Are you excited? All right, I'm not the only one.
Oh yeah.
Best Spider-Man movie.
Best Spider-Man movie?
Yes.
Don't ask me this. I don't remember the last time I watched a Spider-Man movie.
Hold on, answer.
I love Homecoming. I thought Homecoming was good. I love Homecoming. Next, it's either Homecoming or Far From Home for me. Then it's Spider-Man 1. Then it's 2. And then 3 can get punted somewhere. And the Andrew Garfield one doesn't count. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. Get out. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. Because, like, I feel like a Dr. Octo may be the best one by far.
I love Doc Ock, yeah.
Yeah, Doc Ock, best villain.
Problem is I hate Tobey Maguire. I just hate Tobey Maguire.
It's just, damn. Can we agree Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Good.
Tom Holland is stellar. And by the way, Zendaya is stellar. Like, she's a great MJ. Like, I love the cast they have right now. It's so good. But yes, I'm very excited for that. That's in my Christmas plans is to go see.
Yep.
I looked it up. I found the name of the very first game I had on PS2.
Oh boy.
Splashdown. It was a jet ski racing game.
Oh my good lord. Yeah, you and me, girl, with the budget games.
Yep. Yeah. That shit was fun. That was so much fun though. It came out in 2001. That was so much fun. But I also had like the Ford Mustang racing game, and then I had like the Corvette racing game. I remember that because my uncle was really big into cars. And so like he would just keep buying like these like
big shout out to Splashdown, 84% on Metacritic. You love to see it. You love to see those games getting
love it. All right. Before we wrap this up though, John, I have one more question for you, and then we'll see if Nick has anything else. But John, what are your future plans? Like what do you want to do? You know, whether it be with Madden, without Madden. What are your goals?
Definitely like to get a job with like to EA. Hopefully big time future job. If it happens, who knows? Like hopefully. But just like I really want to like get into like real estate. That's one thing I've been talking about for like a couple years now. That's one thing I really want to do. Like after like I don't know, like probably like mid-20s, who knows? It happened again. Oh my god.
See? But, yeah. It's not the belt. It's not the belt. We're fine.
It's this little thing. Just like start it over.
Yeah. Just a lid.
Yeah, just a lid. Like I have like my water bottle. It's just right here. I don't know why. I just do that.
Okay, sure. I love it.
And like
when you say real estate, do you want to sell real estate or invest in real estate?
Invest.
Like, okay, hell yeah.
Invest. Definitely invest. Let
me know when, because I can come stay in your real estate properties. Thank you.
Remember I've been like mid-20s, I would say. One thing I really want to get into.
Ooh, 6 years. Great.
Great.
Yeah, but I want to be stable, you know, like get ready, like you know.
It's not responsible. I'm saying I'm gonna be 36 at that point. It's gonna hurt my soul.
If none of that goes to plan, I will get back. I will get into masonry. Where I have like took my OSHA 20, I think it was.
Okay.
OSHA 20 is on my diploma certification, so I'm good with that. But yeah, that's really the main three things, really.
That's nice having like at least a couple options of like I'd be happy in any of these places.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't mind going back to masonry. I wouldn't mind.
But right now you're a Madden belt winner, a group that only has I think 12 people. Is it 12 total belt winners? Something like that.
Because for two with groups that's even smaller.
One of my teachers offered me a job at his company. I declined it because I wanted to do Madden full time and just like worked out in my favor already.
Yeah, and look at how that's going.
Going great.
Yeah. Didn't go to college because it's doing fine. It's doing very well right now. So
awesome. Good for you.
Well, you are I one of my favorite people. I love watching you. Nothing but success. I know that Madden Bowl it's creeping closer. We're getting closer to that $1 million prize pool, but I can't wait to see what happens this year. I hope you have a great holiday and maybe get a little break. If you qualify for the ultimate wild card, you get a check. So like it's either a check or a break. I feel like you're win-win.
I mean, I'm trying to be one of the few people. Like there's only 6 people right now that made money in every tournament right now. So I'm trying to be one of them. Like who knows?
There you go.
You and Henry.
Henry Clef, I think.
Yeah, I think it's those 3. Yeah, because I think it's just
no, I think right. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully, and try to get number 2.
The beast named John.
Who knows?
You love to see it. The beast named John. That's defense right there. Yeah,
that's defense.
Should I make a hoodie off that?
And here's the dab.
Absolutely. Give me a That's Defense hoodie. I need it. I need a That's Defense hoodie.
Be awesome. It'd be perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on here and joining us. We appreciate it.
Get some sleep. Could you go to bed, please?
Oh my god. I woke up at like 3 o'clock.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh god. Are you East Coast time?
Huh?
Are you East Coast or West Coast? You're East Coast? Yeah. Oh god.
I missed the last 2 primetime football games, so I went to sleep at 6 o'clock.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Go get some sleep.
Oh god.
I missed nothing because both of them were shit shows, but.
Really fast though, before we end this, where can people find you?
My Twitter is JonBeast860. My Twitch, twitch.tv/beast named John, Jon. And there's really 2 things you can find me at. So
and Twitch,
Awesome.
give him back his original account, please. Please, Twitch.
Original
Yes.
account, JonBeast. Please, Twitch.
Please.
come
Twitch.
back, please.
Twitch.
I did
Twitch.
nothing wrong. I
Hey,
got a
Twitch.
new number. That
Twitch, please.
Twitch, please. I did nothing wrong.
Please, Twitch.
I did nothing wrong.
Please.
I just changed my number. I emailed you 13 times.
Please.
Please respond. The Twitch is JonBeast2794. I was this close to getting partnered. Please unban it. Well, he's unlocking for me.
I feel like this is going to be great. I mean, I feel like this is a great plea. So let's make
It is.
Let's do it.
Like, I'm just
Let's do
saying-
it. Let's get it unlocked.
get it. Let's
think
get
it's
it
great.
trending.
Let's get
Get
it.
it
Let's
trending?
get it trending. Let's see it trending on Twitter.
Hashtag get JonBeast to
Hashtag
Twitch.
free John.
Hashtag free
Hashtag free
John
John.
Beast. Hashtag free John Beast.
Hashtag
Yep.
free John.
Hashtag
Free John. Free John.
Partnered. This close. This close to partnered. That close.